Hi, my channel mammals. Did you think I had just disappeared? I've been here all along working hard, but so often I don't have any way or time to do a video. But I think today is the day that we should try. We just moved this piece of scaffolding in, or if you call it shelving, metal shelving, in from the hallway of the school. We're up in the far north of New York State right now at an old school where we keep all of our works. And we have this little section here that is just a mess. This is just for how we pull orders from people, how we're able to find things. You can see if you look around, acres and acres of different kinds of things. And up on the stage there, isn't that beautiful? That's all where all the jewelry is, and the jewelry boxes. And it's a bit of a mess right now because we're reorganizing everything. And I just thought it would be great to, we have to reorganize the linens, and also to keep them dry and, not have too much moisture and just well taken care of. So we brought this in from the great hall that goes along of the school. And it had some Impruneta pottery on it. Not very much. We'd removed most of it into new places. This is superfluous information. Anyway, I washed the shelves, and guess what? Can you believe this? I wanted to cover them with something. I went into the packing room, and I found unused boxes that were practically the exact size that they need to be to cover these shelves, because you see how they're rusty? And you wouldn't want the linens to get any rust on them. So we put these down, and it practically fills. It's just in the very back part that it doesn't cover. But isn't that perfect? It's as if they were practically made for the shelves. So then I was thinking, just now, as you came to see me, that here we have like all the fabric-y type things. We're going to have cushions, beautiful cushions, linens, table linens and napkins, everything. But we have this trim, which we made a lot of because we used it on some of our designs. And we made this all by hand, all knotted by hand. Isn't it beautiful? You can see it really well in the black. Isn't that beautiful? And this color was a mistake when dyeing it. You can see it was supposed to be this creamy white color, but I loved the mistake so much that I don't know if you can see the difference. Mm-hmm. See, I loved this kind of a eerie color better than just creamy white. So we have a little bit of this. In fact, you can see where we were experimenting with the dye, starting, and it started to become this wrong color. But it then said, okay, I want to be the right color, and this is what it is. So we have a little bit of the original way. But anyway, let's take this. And what I thought would be really fun. Now, normally in a warehouse, where you're keeping all your things and nobody sees it. No one comes and sees this here. But I just had this thought that I wanted to share this with you, because here's this rustic, badly cared for old piece of steel shelving. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny to cover it with fringe? I don't know why, but I just thought it would be fun. And so here, I started playing with it a little bit. I don't know if I have enough. So I'm going to be really, oh shucks. I think it has to start at the other end. I got all discombobulated here. This is the wrong end. Okay, this is the right. And I'll tell you why. You can tell a right and a wrong. I'll show you. First I have to get it. Okay, look. If you come close, I can show you the difference. Okay. Here's the right. Okay, but see, This is the right side, where you see all those little, you see all the zigging and zagging of the fabric of the string. And then this is the wrong side that has the shiny little stitches from behind, you see. So I wanted to get the right side started here. You know, I don't know what it is, but there's no reason for this, but I just like making things interesting to do also. And I love the idea of the rough and the refined together. It's expected to see this on a pretty little canopy over a bed or on the bottom of a petticoat or on a pillow or something like that. But to see it on some rough old steel scaffolding, it's quite a surprise. And I just think in this beautiful environment of this old school, this is the gymnasium of the school. Look, and we'll put, I think by the time I finish, we'll see something new about steel and scaffolding, dirty old things, and lovely, cared-for, handmade things. So let's watch doing it and see what you think of it, okay? So I guess what I'm doing, this is very crude. I'm not doing this like you would do it in a home. I'm just going to tie this around here. We could do it better, but I'm just really I don't want it to take up a lot of time. I think that's part of what stops us from doing playful things. You know, one time I went to go visit. Have you ever heard of a famous interior decorator named Sister Parrish? Has anybody heard of Sister Parrish? She redid the White House for the Kennedys, and she was very famous anyway. But her daughter's name is Apple Bartlett. Isn't that funny? Two fruits. Her married name is Bartlett, and her mother was Sister Parrish. And Apple had all these amazing antiques and everything from their family, but also from the kind of work that her mother did, for all the dignitaries all over the world. And one time we first met her, and we walked into her bedroom, and in her apartment in Boston, Massachusetts, and the fringe or the canopy or whatever over her bed was put on with big safety pins. And it wasn't meant to be a decorative element, but I never forgot it. I thought Apple just wanted to see her experience, and that's how she is. She just lives in this ever-flowing life of discovery, and she doesn't care so much about the finish, but about the activity of the interaction with the materials and with her. And when we went to visit her at her house on an island way up in Maine, we had so much of the same kind of experiences. She got a bunch of lobsters for us to eat. She stopped the man on the street and asked him if he had any lobsters left in his truck. He gave her a big blue bucket of lobsters. And we ate right out of the big blue bucket. We boiled them up and she threw them back in the bucket. And it was just something about, I don't know, just the fresh spontaneity. And I loved that about her. And so here we are. I forgot about that idea, but it must have inspired me, because here I am, not doing a finished, perfect ending, but just letting the idea flow in an stinky old gymnasium that no one will ever see, except for you and I. Okay, now I got to get off the stool and pull this around. I'm going to pull it really tight so that it can't have a chance to fall down. I'm reposition my stool now. This is going to be really hard. The top part, but we can figure it out. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is going to tip over or not. I don't think it will. I hope not, because that would spoil the video a little bit. Okay. Whoa, it's a good thing it didn't tip over. It is a bit tippy. Okay, so I don't suggest stepping on your shelving when it's not tied to the wall. Okay, now this is going to be fine because I'll just tie it back on this corner. This will be up against the wall, so I'm not going to bother going all the way around. Plus, I'm not sure if I have enough trim in this reel, and I'd rather not cut it if I can help it, because you never know when someone might need it or I might need it in a longer piece. And forever and ever it could stay here. We don't know. Maybe no one will ever want this and it won't matter. Okay, we got all the way around here. Now we just have to take this and just, you know, as long as we keep it tight, I think we can do this without too many tools. I mean, you could screw a screw into these holes, you know, and put a nut on the back and make it really permanent if it was in your home and you weren't just doing it for the fun of it, you were doing it for a serious finish idea. Oops, I think there we are. So there's so many ways to make this permanent, but I'm mainly just playing. I have no idea, but I think it'll brighten up the whole space. Also, this kind of work of organizing, it's very tedious. It's loving and all, but it's tedious too. And so stop every once in a while and do something pretty for nobody but for yourself. Oops. I think it makes the day go faster. I know it sounds opposite, but it's just that month after month of hard, dirty work. Now I'm going to take it down to this level, keeping it very tight still, wrapping it around. So this time, because I'm using all one piece, it's backwards on this level. It's forward on the top one, you know, with the finished side out, and this one's the back side. But it doesn't show that much, and the gymnasium won't notice. And then the next one down, I'm willing to think that it's going to be the right way out, and then the wrong way and the right way, because of how it works with this kind of idea. There. Doesn't it start to look, I can't really see, you probably can see better, but does it look okay? Coming along here? There. Okay, I think I'm just going to need to do one twist around because it gets hung up on the shelf up here. It's not going to come down. So this is great. Now I'm going to come around this way, through here, and then down to next level. Here we are. Now this level. And this one now is right way out, the non-shiny stitch way out. And I have a feeling I could have made it work on the other level. I wish I thought more about it, but you know what this shows me is that, first of all, that I just love the channel mammals because it takes me more time to do this, to share with you. But it's really fun to have someone to talk to anyway. But also that I just happen to have this box of Fringe and this ugly, steel shelving and this unusually horrible, old, dirty school and all this stuff that we have to store. But it shows that one can find beauty and adventure and invention no matter what they're doing, no matter where they are. And others might think, oh, those poor things, they're, exiled into this place with nobody to appreciate and da-da-da. But it just makes us realize that that is what makes life so rich and so unmaterial, actually. It takes the weight of materialism away and lifts it into inspiration, invention, play, all the things that a child, that's why I never feel sorry for children. All over the world, sometimes they'll show little Indian children finding treasures in a dump or something like that. But those children, they're working and playing at the same time because they just know how to play. They know how to discover and find things. And that's why I always think it's so wonderful to think of all the different ways that we can express this amazing gift that is our innate spirituality, with nothing to ever take it from us. No matter what, we can be put into the strangest little corner of the earth, and there we are, with something that we find in our thought, and turn it into something real in our thought. And so, I think it's a great thing that we have this channel for exploring these ideas that just come along, and we have each other to share them with. And what I love is when I find so often that the channel mammals share ideas completely off the subject, that just come to thought, that maybe changes the way they thought about something, just through exploring some completely alien idea together. And that's pretty amazing, isn't it? And we do that for each other. It's really great. Oh, nope, this one wants to be upside down, so that's okay. Here we go. This one is going to be the other way, the shiny way. And round and round and round we go. But there's more to say about that. I think that a lot of us right now have been controlled by the media in different ways. Some of us that we believe the media, and some of us that we don't believe the media. And both of us are unhappy. And we need to realize that nothing can touch our right to freedom and joy of expression. Nothing. Even the worst that someone thinks that they can do to us. There. Okay. Does this look like a sort of sideshow at the circus? Like the part that didn't quite make the big 3-ring circus. It's some little 5th ring outside in the dirt with the leftover animals. I love that. I love that idea. Okay. There we go. Now I guess just to finish without this getting lost on the ground or something, We can just go back and forth back here. Nothing will ever fall on the ground. There we go. Now, we have to do a little sweeping around here, but, oh, isn't that great? Now, let's see, we could take something and put on the top. Do we have anything? Let's see. Oh. Something about this color I think is good. You know what these are? Oh, no one will ever have seen these. Aren't they beautiful? And let me show you how they work. These beautiful little things were made to be egg cups. But we never, oh no, this is not the one. This is the one. Wait, is that? Yeah, no, these are a different part. Okay, so it goes together. No? Wait, how does that work? I don't think I have the right parts here. Let's see, to show you the way they fit together, because the real parts to these, well, I can show you the idea. Oh, here's one. Okay, see how it's ground off on both ends, and then a hole. So there was a little pin and epoxy that went through here. And this was an egg cup, a beautiful egg cup. And then you could either eat the egg in the shell out of the top part, or you could scoop it out of the shell, or even do it as a poached egg from the beginning and put it, you know, you could take the egg out of the top and plop it into this part and eat it, you know, without the shell. Or a poached egg would just be served this way. Or a creme brulee, or a custard, or anything could be baked in this. And or a little bowl of a dainty little thing of berries, or a little hors d'oeuvre of some sort, or a tiny little dipping sauce on your plate like that. Wouldn't that be beautiful? I love these. But, and then, oh, anyway, they're all here, and they need to find homes somehow. Someday, maybe something will happen. But you know what? In the meantime, let's put them on the top to give it a little finish, shall we? Let's see here. Did they work? Oh, well, they're a little weird because wait, it might work better if we push this down even more here. So there's no resistance. Yeah, that's pretty good. They may have to be adjusted after we move it back against the wall, but... Oh, do they look okay? It's better than nothing, don't you think? I mean... There. And there. Let's see. Yeah, that's a nice ending. And then what we can do, let me go get some things. We can move things around, and I can show you what's going to go on these shelves. And I think you'll find it interesting because I think most people haven't seen these products. Okay, so I'll be right back.